protect ourselves and how do we protect our lenders? It all comes down to, yes, you need to know how to estimate repairs for sure. But what's more important is the offer, the protection and the risk mitigation is in the offer as to what you're buying the property for. So, for example, we're not borrowing more than 75% from the private lender. We're not borrowing more than 75% of the after repaired value. I didn't say 75% of purchase. I said 75% of the after repaired value. So we are giving our private lenders what I call a 25% equity cushion between what that property is going to be worth when I finish with the renovation and how much are we borrowing. So in that little example that I gave a few minutes ago, the after repaired value was $200,000. I borrowed $150,000. And on these houses that we are renovating, it's very, very common and typical for us to buy them at 50 cents or less, 50% of the after repaired value. So a $200,000 house, I buy houses all day long that are distressed for $100,000. And so I'm actually bringing home a check. The check stub from my real estate attorney, it says excess cash to close. So we always have excess cash to close because in the majority of the cases, we're going to be renovating the property. So how do you mitigate that risk is in the offer. You know, ever since HGTV came along, we got a bunch of people out there paying way too much for properties. I'll tell you that. And so you need to know how to estimate repairs. I always, and like, here's my formula. My formula for buying a house when I'm paying all cash with private money, I'll take the after repaired value that I get from my realtor. I got the same realtor working with me for 19 years. I'll take the after repaired value. If it's less than $300,000, I'll multiply it times 70%. If it's over $300,000, I'll multiply it times 80%. Then I subtract the estimated repairs. And then I'm going to subtract, depending on the how extensive the repairs are, I'm going to subtract from that an additional $10,000 or maybe $20,000 for the unexpected. And then that's where I come down to my offer when I'm paying all cash.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to say. Is it's interesting you say they always run over. It's always that case. You open a wall, you never know what you're going to find. And it's interesting. I mean, I think I see a lot of pro formas and they say, here's what it costs. I'm like, well, there really needs to be a cushion there. So I kind of like that extra 10 or 20 depending on what it is.